So welcome. I'll just give a small informal introduction to Yunus ji and Durriya ji, and सबको informal देंगे, फिर formal of course Kapila ji will give. So it just happened कि I think a few years back, maybe probably 4 or 5 years back, I met Yunus and Durriya in Katarkadak Ashram, and it was the last day of the RCRT training, Rapid Comprehensive Review Technique. And that time, I remember very distinctly, we were sitting in the Dada Dadi room, and he just, Yunus invited, hey, we also have a place like this nearby Pune, and why don't you come and visit it? He just told me, and I said, yeah, yeah, yeah. And actually, absolutely forgot about it. Absolutely means out of mind only it was like that. And then 2 years later, or 3 years later, again, I thank Vishal Metti that he came and he said, why don't you come here, come here, come here, come here, this place, this place. So I said, okay, one day I go for this silence time once in a month. So I said, chalo, I'll go and see if I like it, then I'll come there for silence. So I just went up, and when I reached there and I saw him, I said, oh, I've met you before. And that's the time I said, you have come, you have invited me 2, 3 years back. I didn't come. So then all the memory came, and that's how I spent more or less a week there in his wonderful premise called Hidden Oasis. And actually, it is an oasis, and it is actually hidden, and it's just 1 hour from Pune main city. And I will always recommend all of you to go. I have some photos here. Whenever in between, if I get time, I'll show you, or he can also show you. So it's the beauty. I mean, the place is of course beautiful. There's no doubt, but more beautiful than the place is the couple who is in front of you, and they are even more beautiful. So it's your basically whoever comes there feels at home, and the personal service, Yunus ji and Durriya, the way, I mean, I've been there now 4 to 5 times in the last 2 years rather, and I've always seen how y'all serve everyone. That speaks a lot and lot about you. Your service towards humanity also is so beautiful. He has he will share about the hostel. I'm not hostel. What do you call it? Orphanage you run, and two of his students are in our Gurukul also studying, and both of them are so beautiful, so beautiful. So when I meet or see them, Vaishnavi and the other one, and I remember y'all only. So the whole family is blessed. Of course, Yunus will share his journey. So he is from the so-called, I'll say, from the so-called Islam Dharma, and last week we had from the Christian Dharma, Jake. But more than Islam or Christian or Hindu, also we say they are from the human dharma. That's the most important one. So the human dharma is where we come, and we are all on the same page. All these are names given, and we'll ask some questions, and just it'll be a this continuous flow of thoughts. He has come, he has gone. He's a social entrepreneur. That means what? He will share his journey, which is very interesting. And of course, I will put that question as first. When I met him first time or second time rather, उन्होंने अपना journey बताया था, and it has been a uphill task, but how he could face everything. And he's got a shippy background. So shippy background means from the marine, this thing. So all that you will know. I'll not take much time, but I'm just going to tell everyone, be here till the end to hear his story and have your questions to him. You will learn a lot about humanity today. You will learn a lot about organic farming today. You will learn about a lot about health today and entrepreneurship and much more. So with that, I'll ask Kapila to share. I don't know what is there in the intro. Probably a lot of it is also there. I will request Yunus and Durriya ji. You can, I mean, however you want to start, you can start your own. But I remember that part when you said how whenever anyone enters your premise, you have this 20-year-old photo which is there before and after. So you can start with that, or at some point cover that part also. So it was very interesting stories you'll hear from him, how he faced all the difficulties, so-called difficulties, but he took it up all as a challenge. So all the entrepreneurs who are here, एंड जो भी बिजनेस करते हैं, जॉब करते हैं या कोई भी प्रोफेशन में है, आप इन बातों से you take that how to face challenges with a smile is what you will get and more also. So yes, you can start, both of you. Let it be spontaneously, Hindi, English, जो आपका आता है, however you want, let it flow. Okay.
Yeah, well, so thank you for that very warm introduction, Manojji, as well as Kapila, and Vijay also for being around and assisting us before we got on also. Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you for everybody for joining. And as introduced, I'm Dr. Durriya, and this is Captain Yunus, but now I steer the ship on land. And we have been happily married for the last 30 years. It's been an amazing journey together.
Actually, she's happy I'm married.
Yeah, and well, we are blessed with two wonderful children who have also been part of the RTRC program, and that was our initial connection with also the Siddha Samadhi Yoga and the wonderful movement and the wonderful work they're doing. So our son is now 27, our daughter is now 20, soon going to be 21. And we also have a third baby, which is the Hidden Oasis.
So to tell you a little bit about our journey, we really didn't have any plans as such of making it the way it is right now. We had a very basic thought that once we go old, what do we do? Because we have seen that when you get old and then you are dependent on your children, there's always a lot of expectations which are not met, and then life becomes a little difficult, you know. Itna sab kiya, abhi ye wo. So we didn't want to get into that. We thought we should have an old age activity, which will not only be in nature, but will also keep us occupied, and we'll also give back to society in a small way. So we thought we will open an orphanage mainly for girls, and look after them, maybe about 15 to 20 children, and they would look after us in our old age, and our children, if they are with us, fine. If they are not with us, they can come and go. So this was the initial plan as to why we first even bought the land. So I took about 2 years to search for land. I didn't know Marathi, and it was very difficult. I had a small kinetic, and I used to go around all sorts of villages and with all sorts of agents, and and we really, mostly what we found was land is available, but it belongs to some politician or somebody is trying to palm it off. And I spent a lot on lawyers and everything. And I took about 2 years, and I was very disappointed. Kuch nahi mil raha hai. And then I gave up. I said, I had kept about 3 lakhs aside for this land. That was the savings I had about 25 years ago, which was a pretty good amount. And when I finally gave up, within a few days I got a call that there is some land available near a lake. I was trying to get something scenic, basically, and water I knew would be the important part, and me being a mariner, I'm always connected with water. So I said, okay, chalo, let me see one more. And then I went there, and he showed me some land. So I said, where's the lake? So he said, the lake is about half a kilometer from here. I said, I'm not getting any lake view. So he said, chalo, aao, dekho. And he took me to a piece. He took me near the lake. And I saw this land which we are now on. And I instantly liked it. I instantly got connected to it. And I said, I would like this one. And he said, okay, he will try. And I said, look, I'm very serious about it. So he said, okay, give me 10,000 by check, and I'll see what I can do. So at that time, I thought, itna koshish kiya hai, kuch nahi mil raha hai. if this guy should do something, okay, maximum I lose 10,000. So I gave him that 10,000. It was a gamble because those days 10,000 had a big value. I didn't tell anything at home, otherwise, you know how it is, big firing. So I just gave him 10,000 and he disappeared for about 3-4 months. And I said, chalo, one more thing gone. Then after about 6 to 8 months, he rang me up and he said, look, I'll be able to give you this land, but you need to pay me 2 lakhs. I said, you must be crazy. 10,000 ka kuch pata nahi aur abhi 2 lakh maanga. So then he said, you meet me and I'll talk. And then what he said was that he had made a deal of almost about 100 acres in that area. But he needed that initial money to pay the farmers. They call Sate Khat, it's that earnest money. And then after some time, he'll give me the land I wanted. So again, I was in a bit of a, this thing was 2 lakhs was a big amount. It was my entire saving. But I again took a risk. I took a check from him of 2 lakhs. I said, if you cheat me, I'll put it and there'll be a case against you. So he agreed to all that. So I gave him 2 lakhs and then within about 3-4 months, he said, okay, I can give you land. I had only money for 5 acres, but he said that I can give you about 9 to 10 acres, all on the lake, and you can pay me after, say, about 1 or 2 years. Since I think he made a big profit in the whole deal. So that's how we got the land. After actually giving up my search, it just came to me and I had to take certain risks, which I took. I don't know if they were calculated or not, but at that time I had no option. I said, "Ke ye hua to hua, otherwise I will see. I'll forget the whole project."
So, here I could add that this was a very strong intention of Yunus, that we wanted to have this kind of a land and we wanted to start a home for underprivileged girl children as a post-retirement plan. So I think in a way it is the universe finally relented and things fell into place and we could, though we had a few hurdles and struggles, but definitely things started moving in the direction that we were hoping for.
So then, after getting the land, I had to put one person there. So I put a person there. We like made a small shed. So this is the land. As you can see, there's only one tree, and that took the farmer, the owner of the land took it because he told us that he had not sold the tree. So he like took the tree away. We were left with absolutely. So as you can see, there is only one tree over there where we built our shed. That was the first room we built, and these were the 2 men who stayed with me. On my shoulder is my son Shamoy. He was 2.5 or 3 years old, and that the only tree which was there, that was also taken by the farmer because he had not sold us the tree, he said. So he just chopped it up and took it away. So we were completely with a bare land. So I'm being a mariner, I had absolutely no idea what to do. It was just that we got the land, and then we were just wondering what to do, how to get around with a lot of things. And initially we had a problem with the villagers because what had happened was that this almost about 100 acres of land was sold to these people, and most of them lost their money here and there. And then they again, this was grazing land, so they again started grazing their cattle, and they saw nobody coming. So they again started grazing, and then they saw me coming over there, and I think they all ganged up and said, "Let's get this guy out, so that we can at least get the usage of the land." And they tried various things, and but I just had to hold on because I had put everything of mine into this project, and And I think it is like marriage. Once you get in, you can't get out. So, so we just went on planting a few trees. Then these guys used to come and they would, while we were at the other end, they will take off the trees, and then they would let loose their cattle. They would eat up, and then again we would just keep planting. They would keep harassing us that way. And there was no road at that time, so we had taken 2 donkeys. And my man, I used to come on a scooter um, through the nearest village, and we were about 2 kilometers from that village where the road ended. So I had a kinetic, so I used to come there, park at some friends we had made, their place. And then my man used to come with a donkey, and then I used to ride the donkey and come to the place. And, and then we had bags in which we used to take water from the lake, and then we used to water the plants. And then the electricity poles were very far, so, and then the irrigation department wanted permission for taking water. So we had all these challenges when we bought the land. Gradually, we went on and on like that, and we applied to the Women and Children's Welfare for permission for orphanage. Then we got wind and solar electricity at our place, and we like built our own small lake where we did rainwater harvesting, and then we built a house over there. And could you show the second slide? And then we also started doing organic farming. So this was the year 2000 where we built this house, and that is the organic farming we started. We started off with onions and some vegetables, beans and things like that. And then we started the, no, just show that later. Yeah. So then we started with, you can remove the slide now. Right. So then we started with the orphanage for girls. Initially, we were not getting permission. It took us 5 years to get permission, the actual permission to start the orphanage. But we didn't wait for that. We basically just started as soon as a house was ready. We started with the orphanage. We were also threatened by the government people that this is not legal. You cannot keep people, you cannot keep children with you because it comes to kidnapping. So we found a way around. We informed the local police, and we gave a list of all the children we had to the local police. So our answer back to them was that we have applied for permissions. You are not giving us, and no kidnapper is going to give the children's name to the police. So they were a bit confused on that issue, and then we just went on. And yeah, we started with 4 girls, and slowly it increased to 12, 15. They were all in the age a group of 2 to 5. And yeah, so then we started with the orphanage, and then it hit us how to finance it, because basically our intention was that we were doing it for ourselves, not as a public NGO or anything like that. So we had never asked for donations, and till date we have never asked for donations. If many people see our work and they do give. So so we thought that we have to make this self-sustaining, because in the long run it's not going to be feasible. So then we already had an ecosystem with us, like the electricity was through wind and solar. And we were using solar cookers. We had a biogas plant. We had made rainwater harvesting lake, and we were doing organic farming. So it became an attractive place for schools to come for their school picnics. And then we had some, we used to give them bullock cart rides and things like that. So that's how our income started. And then slowly we started earning, and then we started building a few more cottages and rooms. Then we started getting tourists, and slowly it just grew very, very organically, without any architects, without any consultants. We basically never had a goal, and we never had any. Uh, I can't say even a vision. I think we just wanted an orphanage. But then this whole thing grew, and now we have got almost 25 rooms, 3 halls, and we are doing a lot of healing and spiritual retreats now. Just to give an idea how it looked and what it looks now, this was where the land was. This is the vehicle I had, which really helped us to build this place. It was even being used as a crane where we used to drag big poles and put them up and things like that. So that's my son, 3 years old. My Jeep, which actually did a lot of work over here. So this was 2001, I think. And now the same place, the same Jeep, and the same child. Okay, so you can see the forest which has come up in our place, and many people congratulate us on this. Wow, you must have worked really hard, and we honestly tell them no, we have not really worked hard at all. We have in fact not done much. We have just allowed nature to take its course. So we see what happens in like any barren land, because as you could see the previous slides, it's all total rock. Nothing grows on this. You see, it's totally rock. If you go to the previous one also, you can see it's totally rock, and there was hardly any soil there, because what happens is in grazing, everything is eaten up by the cattle. So now what happened was that we actually saw small trees coming up due to birds. So we had planted about 80 to 90 trees, which were mainly bird-loving trees. Singapore cherry is one of them. And we saw a lot of birds started coming, squirrels starting, rabbits starting, a lot of all the the birds and the small creatures coming in. And the birds normally what they do is they will eat the fruit, and then they excrete out with the seed, and the seed falls on land. Out of hundreds of seeds, about 10 or 15 sense that they will be able to sustain at that point, and they start rooting, and they start growing. And in the first monsoon, they are hardly about 3 to 4 inches, just a small stalk with a few leaves. And in the summer, it just dries up. Now, if cattle was to be put into this area, they would probably eat up that stalk. If humans were to walk, they would stamp on the stalk, and that would be the end of the tree. But if it is left undisturbed, we saw that in the next monsoon, it would again grow to a height of about 2 to 3 feet. And in the third monsoon, about 5 feet, and then it settles. So all the trees out here are, I would say 95% of the trees have just come up on their own. And they don't need any maintenance because you don't need to water them. They know how to find their water. And they're very happy trees because they've just grown on their own. It is not a tree which has been put into a 3 by 3 foot ditch and then, it didn't have to struggle to grow. It just grew. So due to that, the vibrations are very beautiful. They are that of a forest and very, very calming. Everything is happening at its own pace. And in short, it's actually an example of non-doing, where we just allowed nature to take over. We understood that best is not to interfere. So we made a few pathways, roads where people can go in here and there, and huge chunks of land, we just let it go into trees. And that's how the whole thing has come up. These are just
So basically, from a barren piece of land, now there are over 6,000 trees, and we have lost count.
yeah. So if you see this all around, if you see the land is barren. Now this this picture was taken before the COVID. It was about 5 years back. It's much more greener now, but you can easily make out how the land everything was and how it is now, and it's all come up just by non-doing. I mean, and we don't have to maintain anything. And the best part is that every year you come, it's even more beautiful because more trees are coming up, leaves are falling down, and these leaves, we don't remove them. They just lie there and they turn into soil. And once there's more soil, then more seeds germinate, and it just keeps happening. And we just sort of enjoy the whole thing happening. Could you go to the next slide, Vijayji? So this is our organic farming. So in this case, when the lake dried up, we we took the soil of the lake from the lake, from the riverbed, and we put it on the on the land, and almost about 3 feet of soil we got on the land, and and now we do the organic farming.
Yes, so we used a lot of the rich alluvial soils, which in a way also help the riverbed to hold more water. And that rich soil we used for organic farming. In fact, now we are into biodynamic organic farming, which is using the cosmic calendar. Just as the planetary positions affect us and our moods, our future, our destiny to some extent, so they also affect the plants. So according to the cosmic calendar, when we plant the vegetables, the fruits, the root vegetables, whatever, and work on them, the plants are stronger, more resilient to any kind of attacks of disease or pest. The nutritive value is much better. The prana, that's the energy in the vegetable or the produce, is much better. And after harvesting also, it stays much fresher and more alive for many more days compared to regularly grown vegetables. So this is something that we have started following since the last few years.
So these are just a few scenes from our place. So we do have these biodynamic farming workshops for children where they can get hands-on experience on farming, because we really, our children, of course, not the Gurukul ones, but the city children are totally disconnected from the nature, and we're trying to get them back into the farming. The next one. So this is just a scene of winter. We have a lot of low clouds coming in, and then there's a forest cover you see in the left hand corner. That's our house, just the tip of it.
In fact, it's already winter has set in here already.
Yeah.
It's around 14 degrees in the nights and very nice crisp mornings.
This is the lake which is surrounding us on all the three sides. That's the forest which you're looking at.
In fact, when many years ago, when we bought this place and you saw how barren it was, and Yunus kept telling me that this place is going to become a forest. It's going to become so green, a thick cover of forest. And I kind of within myself thought like, I hope it does happen that way, and we wish that we can see it that way. But now when I look back and I see how it has happened, I mean, I have been the backbone, the support, but it has been largely his very strong intention and, of course, hard work and making things happen. No matter how challenging it may seem and how impossible it may seem, but I mean, against all the odds that in the rain shadow area, rocky barren land, no water, no electricity, no single tree, but to have that vision and have that visualization that yes, this place is going to become a thick, dense forest cover, and we see it now, and it's like it's the joy of seeing a baby grown up and the trees grown up and the whole place under green cover. It's really very fulfilling.
You can go to the next slide. So we also have like adventure area, and mostly we have used a lot of recycled stuff. So if you see this bridge, it is made out of those aluminum, aluminum, tracks. You know, these are all those waste which we keep picking up. Could you go to the next slide? It's just the swimming in the lake That's one
That,
activity.
yeah. Connecting with all the natural elements. It's like the complete sun. You can see a sunrise, a sunset. You can see complete arches of the rainbow. You can dip and get, immerse yourself in the rich electrons from the water body, or just connect with the earth and the trees and the energies that surround. I mean, they really make you feel a lot more alive.
You can go to the next one. Yeah, okay, that's yeah. Yeah, this is the treehouse which Manoj is. Manoj,
This is my favorite place.
yeah. Would you like to add anything, Manoj? Or
Yeah, I will after this I'll show you the slides which I have.
okay.
Similar, I mean same ones, but
Yeah. Okay, if you can show just an idea of the room, so you'll come. Okay, well, please go ahead with this slide. Yeah, these are some of the rooms, and the next. Yeah, so just an idea of the view now.
So we do hold retreats for on the health front, wellness retreats for diabetes reversal with freedom from diabetes, 7-day retreats. We hold our own 3-day retreats and on women's wellness and all other kinds of workshops where people can connect with nature. So we have birding workshops, butterfly garden workshops, growing your own plants in your small urban environment. So in your balcony, in your terrace, how you can grow your vegetable and needs. So a lot of things were very positive, very energy-based work also, as well as yes, we had sound healing workshops which were conducted at our place. Thanks to Bindu getting us introduced to it, and yeah, so it's a very holistic use of the place. Whether so, of course, we do not allow alcohol and non-vegetarian meals at the place, but people come there to heal themselves, either just to take quiet time or to work together as a group. So it's an ideal place because the energies are very vibrant to help in healing or in spiritual work. So that's the way we want to keep it, and that's the way we invite people to facilitate these kind of programs here too.
so I'll just add in that these are some of the photos I had taken actually when I was there. So this is the house, which rather the treetop. There's a small, cute, very cute room they have made on the treetop, on the lake itself, like this. And that's where if I go there, I stay here and just spend my time in silence. In fact, don't even feel like coming out from the tree. You just sit there whole day and do your whatever. So this is what I love to be here.
Manoj, can we make full screen?
Like this now.
Yeah, still I can see on the left side the.
I know. I don't know how to do that. This much I know.
Okay.
Like this. Okay. This is good. Good enough.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this it starts from here. Yeah. This one. Here the lake. Yeah, you can sit quietly, meditate, do pranayam, do yoga, whatever one feels like doing, or simply just be there, doing nothing in particular. And then, so my suggestion to everyone is just have a visit there whenever you are, or you make a special time. They put the fish. You can just directly be in nature with the fish like this, And these are some of the boards which I liked. So just read this. Okay. You can explain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, we do have 2 such places, and this is the Hall of Positivity. And definitely, if you leave all this outside, your footwear, your cell phones, which are the major disturbances, and speech, and be in silence and drop your ego before you come in, you can actually experience the true self with a quiet mind and a silent heart.
And there are some cute posters. They have this. Okay. So there's a cute one. So are you on internet? No, my son, I'm on my own inner net. So these are cute ones they have put up there. So I liked it. I said, hello. And then, yeah, this is something You can explain if you want. They are very much into health, both of them, super health. They will share about it. We'll ask some questions on that. But this is something which says a lot with just these little posters.
Yes. Yeah. So the blood and your potato chips, high sodium cholesterol and toxins. So yes, not only in the hall, but all along the place, we have these small little things which, just continuously, subconsciously, they kind of make you think, or it gets into you. Like, yes, again, the truth of life, where most of us are running after money and spending all our lifetime, our family time, personal time, just working, 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 and collecting the money. And then when you come to the end of life, you may have all the money, but then there is no time, there's no health, there's no family, and you realize the futility of it all.
So these are cute ones all over. They have put up these ones. And yeah, so it's a lovely place to be with. In fact, they have conducted these programs called Freedom from Diabetes. And when I went last, I think 88 camps you have done, 88 retreats or
Now,
something.
90, you completed 90.
90.
First is next.
90s retreats of 4 days, or rather 7 days they have done. So anyone with diabetes and you want to get over it for 7 days, of course, SSY also makes you get over, but then you have to maintain it. Anything you do, you have to maintain. So you can speak about that, Yunus, that, a lot of us, we do these retreats, we do Siddha Samadhi Yoga, SSY and AMC, and you yourself have done. What happens with, I mean, that's my first question, is that we get, like Guruji would always say, just do this 15 days and you're through with diabetes. And many people, thousands and thousands, I know, they come out of diabetes, blood pressure, normal, and so many of miracles have happened. Unfortunately, they don't maintain it and they forget about, they become okay. The typical thing I have seen is, you are very frustrated. Let's say we are very frustrated. Then you do this program 15 days, Siddha Samadhi, then you feel very happy. Then all your maybe health is become okay, or money part has become okay, or relations become okay. Then we get so lost there. And suddenly, we forget, we get involved into that so-called Maya, material world. Again, we get go, go, go. And then life hits us again after 3 years, 4 years. We go back to that diabetes, we go back to that toxic relationships, or we go back to that, money crunch. What you have to say about that? My experience has been that, and I just smile. Now, earlier I used to get upset long back, then I became okay, and now I just brings a smile to my face when I hear this. That's my transition in these last 30 years.
So the consistency part is, of course, important. But you see, in this Freedom from Diabetes program, which is of course it's not our program. It is Dr. Pramod Tripathi, who is the founder, and the organization is a big organization called Freedom from Diabetes. But the residential retreats are held at our place, and Dr. Durriya and myself conduct them. She looks after the physical body, I look after the mind part. Now the big difference is that we basically we don't sort of tell people to stop eating this and that, because I mean, now basically food is a big addiction, and most people are not able to overcome that. But what we try to do is to tweak the ingredients, and you can still have your pizza, you can still have your pasta, but the way we tell you to have it, basically. So then it becomes sustainable. That okay, I can have my dal rice, I can have my this, but I have to change a few things over there, and then over a period of time, it becomes it gets ingrained in your lifestyle just to have those things. To avoid a few things, use substitutes for that, and that makes it easily to sustain. Otherwise, it is all very good for the first 7 days, then very good for the first month, then slowly you start going back to your old things because you miss all these stuff. But if all this stuff could be sort of tweaked a little so that it's okay to have.
Yeah, so I could add here is so the first step we do is about educating. So they understand the science behind why they are suffering from the condition and what has led to it. We even scientifically give them their lab investigations to understand what has caused it in their particular case. So that understanding becomes very, with great awareness when they're doing it. So it's not that they're not eating this because they were told by the doctor not to do it. They understand the significance of the science behind it. Then we have experiential, so we have cookery demos, we have food experts who guide them. We teach them what are the food substitutes, so they can continue to enjoy the things they were enjoying, as Yunus mentioned, but just with the substitute. So it's a question of 7 days where the taste buds get used to a new taste. And what we also advocate is not only about diabetes, but we expect that if that can be followed as a family, so they don't cook separately for diabetics and separately for the regular family. The entire family gets healthy, and so it's about leading a healthy, active life till 100, not just about reversing a health condition. And what they do is, while reversing diabetes, even reverse a lot many other conditions like BP and cholesterol and thyroid and weight loss. And again, another thing what we work on is on the subconscious mind. So kind of working on the habit patterns, because very often while you're here in that environment, it's easy to follow. But once you get back, so once the habit pattern starts changing, then it becomes again easy to sustain. And we also have a year-long follow-up program which we offer. So again, it becomes easy to sustain when you're supported by the doctor, the experts. So in case you feel you're slipping, we are there to hold your hand and manage you for the entire year.
Wonderful. In fact, Yunus and Durriya, we are also our Mahendra Bhai from Katar. He is also starting a health camp in December sometime, like this 7 day. But of course, based more on Panchgavya, you know. So that's where he masters, and he has mastered that part, and along with, of course, all other natural ways of living. So we need more and more people to just get into the natural way, or as much natural, not natural, but as much as you can. And according to you, now you have done 88 camps or 90 camps rather. You know, food, of course, makes a difference, and exercise and yoga makes a difference. But what do you think about diabetes in what is the base of diabetes? Okay, before that, I'll ask anyone here with diabetes, just write I here. And anyone who knows your family members are with diabetes or high cholesterol or something like that, just write I, or your family also you can write, so that you will get a bit from this from the next question I ask. You know? Yeah, your friends, then you can also ask. So what do you think, according to you, is the cause of diabetes? Of course, I have my own this thing, but let's hear it from you. Yeah. There can be various reasons, but you have done so many, so you will know, you will share your experience.
So currently the situation as, so it is actually a lifestyle disorder. It's not a disease.
Right.
Yes, and even if we have inherited the gene from our parents or grandparents or in the family, it is like a recessive gene. So it's like you are given a gun which it's loaded with a bullet, but it is your choice to press the trigger. So it is in your hands, and especially it is our lifestyle conditions which are pressing the trigger. And the good news is that you can even reverse it to a large extent, especially type 2 diabetes, by making again the changes in your lifestyle habits. So lifestyle, which includes the kind of diet, the lack of exercise, because life has become very sedentary now. At a click of a button or from your mobile, sitting at home, you can order your groceries. You can even order food if you don't want to cook. So people have become very sedentary. So lack of exercise, and currently also stress is a very high factor, which we are even seeing in young children who are appearing for the board exams, and the wrong lifestyle, stress, lack of sleep, and they are coming up with type 2 diabetes. So, yeah, so stress is even in young professionals, IT professionals working on the computers, and the kind of lack of sleep, stress, deadlines to meet, and sedentary habits, and easy to fast food, which I say is a fast trigger to disease and a fast trigger to your brain, that fast food. So that's becoming the norm with the youth of today, and it's easy. So everything that comes easily also has its fair share of things
Ab-
that come along with them.
Absolutely. So, according to me, the first part is that stress part, the emotional part. If we can take care of that, followed up with obviously the basic healthy food. If the emotional quotient is normal and not even some super duper, even if it is normal, then you naturally choose the right food, and you naturally do the bit of, I would not even say exercise, but I would say, like, in Ikigai, they say the movement. So continuously being on the move, just keeping your body moving itself is good enough, rather than, this strenuous exercise or something. So simple habits, like Durriya said, lifestyle, starting with the emotional quotient, then the stress factor, of course, and in our Sanskrit word, we use the vairagya, detachment. So that's my key in for everything is, I say the stress comes because we are too attached to the food or to the person or the situation, or even to the place itself, like that. So uh, okay, so we'll just take a little pause. At 8 o'clock, we actually, every 1.5 hours, we just do a little gratitude to the past, present, and future. So Vijay and Kapila again just do that a little bit. We'll come back to you. And you can also write your questions. You want to have some questions, all of you. This time you can take to write some questions on the chat box. Wonderful, wonderful. In fact, one of them have written also, Nilesh, that he has done your program and he's free. So we can have a sharing later on at the end. Nilesh, when you're there, you can share at the end. So right now, some people have asked some questions, and I myself, in fact, our Sanjeev Bhai Shah, he's also held a retreat there. Few months back, he had held a retreat there. So all of you can just take the call. So what do you have to say now? You are uh, something about food. Durriya, you can share some tips on the food aspect. You shared a lot with Nina, and the holistic way, organic way, or whatever way you want to recommend. You can recommend your experience rather, and just share anything on the area of health from the aspect of food, how best we can use, because you do a lot there, and you have given us also that lot of organic, healthy, and so many things you have. When we went there last, you gave. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So, yes, as you mentioned, first of all, to get organic or to get your freshly grown or freshly harvested food, which still has the prana in it, is always good. The other thing we do advocate is our green smoothie. In fact, we just had a workshop right now. Before this, we have an ASI, Anthroposophical Society of India. There's a 3-day festival happening here. 150 people from all over the country are here, and various workshops are happening. I just conducted one workshop, and the importance of smoothie, the importance of alkalizing your body, because nowadays what we are eating is highly processed food, very acidic food for the body. Our lifestyle is making our body acidic, and our body is naturally alkaline. And in that alkaline state, the universe has given us the innate intelligence to be able to heal our own body, like most of the animals and birds do. They do not run to a doctor, they do not fall sick, and if they do fall sick, they are able to heal themselves by fasting, by vomiting out the toxins, by resting, by taking the sun, by connecting with the earth. And it is basically getting back to our basics. Of course, if we can't do all of this, at least we can alkalize our body with the kind of food we are eating. So we do recommend the green smoothie, which is made of the fresh leafy green vegetables, some fruits, some lemon juice, there's cinnamon powder, rock salt, and smaller herbs, which we can put some spices, water. And it's the best drink, the best start to your day instead of that hot cup of tea and coffee, which we call as a hot cup of acid. If we start our day with the smoothie, you'll see a lot of differences. We call it our Harit Sanjeevani. It's like a green elixir. It can help to reverse from diabetes to high blood pressure, increase the energy levels, give your body the right nutrition, alkalize your body, and reverse certain conditions, as well as give the right magnesium, get your iron levels up. There are countless benefits, and it's an amazing drink to start your day with. So that is something which I strongly recommend. Of course, those who have any kidney issues and kidney stones, there are some variations in that which we recommend. Instead of the greens, you take alkaline vegetables like ash gourd or lauki, that's the bottle gourd, or cucumber. And so that one is the smoothie, the other is having sprouts and lots of salads, raw, which is again highly alkaline, with which gives a lot of live micronutrients to the body, lots of vitamins, minerals, some which you don't get in capsules because they are live in the right quantity, which the body can absorb easily. So do include a lot of salads in your meals from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. In fact, breakfast, we recommend at least half your breakfast be raw, if not completely be raw. Lunch and dinner, we say divide your plate into 4 parts, so eat by 25%. So you start with a salad, you have your sabji, cooked vegetable, you have your cooked dal or lentils or pulses, legumes, whatever, could be rajma, chole, chana, or any regular dals, and 1/4 only, let it be your grain. And also that is preferably whole, so it is, or if it is wheat, then we recommend kapli wheat, that is emmer wheat in English, or we recommend you use millets, you use brown rice, hand powdered rice, so that you get maximum nutrients and no chemicals, and the processing, the refining process is minimized. So just balancing your diet, and we avoid tea and coffee, and the main thing is we do avoid dairy for various other reasons also, but it is acidic for the body. It has what we call IGF, insulin-like growth factor, which interferes with the action of insulin and only increases the diabetes. So that is one aspect, and it is again laden with fat, so that also interferes with the body functioning. So these are among the various things we do recommend on the diet front. But of course, you can continue. So we teach you how to make your curd and buttermilk without animal milk. So from plant-based, nut-based, seed-based milks, you can do everything possible. So yeah, so tea and coffee you can still have, but you can substitute the milk in it. You can use oat milk or coconut milk, almond milk, which you can make at home also. So tea and coffee, we have buttermilk and curd. You can make your own cheese, and we can have cheese and pizzas and everything possible with that. We make our own ice cream and shrikhand. And so you continue to enjoy all the good things in life, as Yunus mentioned, but with a little tweak. So, and you'll realize that it is not so difficult. It is, with the mind is set and ready to make the changes. It just is a matter of 7 days for the taste buds to change and for you to adapt to new tastes and new habit patterns. So this is largely on the diet front that I would like to say. And of course, all animal products are also acidic for the body, so we minimize or avoid totally.
So I would like to add on also to all the people who have come that, when Corona happened initially in the month of May, we had started some, for a few months, we ran this Be Free from Corona or something. I don't remember the name, what we called it, but PGR Shindia, our thousands and thousands of people would look into and get this free service on behalf of PGR Shindia in the morning and evening. So Yunus Bhai also was there, and he had conducted a 7-day yoga camp for all the people there, being free from this thing. So I know them also. So they have also been, when we interacted, they also live very, very healthily, free from this fear of at that time. Now though it's not there, I think, I hope it's not there, but it was never there in my mind, this I knew all this corona, according to me, was just a fear factor, and I lived my life very, very normally. When I happened to meet both of them, they also lived their life very normally. And basically being free from this fear itself, the factor called FEAR. So you can share something more on that, on the fear factor, how it affects our life. Not necessarily of Corona, of course, Corona 2 years is happening, but besides that, before that, after that, how you faced your own fear when you were building that land. I remember there were a lot of incidents which happened. How did you overcome that? You can share that also. What went through it. Of course, marine person to thoda to अंदर से भयभीत होंगे ही, not भयभीत, rather निर्भय हो गए होंगे, because those people, they are from that this thing. But otherwise, what is your suggestion, recommendation to everyone? To how many of you are having some fear in life? Just write me, and then he will share his tips. Okay. And we resonated when we spoke. We laughed. Well, we laughed at some things but basically we came to the underlying factor that the fear factor was there, and how I overcame it, and he shared his experience also. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically taking the example of Corona, we were actually very confident of our body because we were eating right, we were doing, I'm very consistent with my yoga and my exercises and things like that. So we knew that even if we do, finally it's a flu virus. It isn't something, it was just maybe it was hyped up and all that. So we were very confident of our body. So there wasn't much fear element over there. Otherwise, as far as fear in other spheres of life is concerned, fear is there in everything. It's an inbuilt thing in nature, but it's also a foundation for safety, isn't it? Because if there's no fear, then people can just jump off the window. So some amount of fear is all right. Only thing is that we need to face the fear, because if we don't face the fear, then the fear is going to run after us. So the main thing is, which like I did, dar hai, but I have to go along. Otherwise, the fear will get better of me. So when we also bought the land, we did have a lot of problem from the locals. In fact, they even put an article in their local newspaper that I'm a terrorist and running terrorist camps over here and all that. So the ATS came, the anti-terrorist squad, took me to the local police station, and I was scared, of course. But then, okay, I had nothing to hide. So I told them that, okay, you can just go there and see if you find any signs. No, you must have hidden them, and people have seen you with guns and things like that. Find the people.
Yeah, you all also go to his house and check out the guns and ammunition.
So we had instances like that, and then they also conducted their own inquiry and all that, and they really could not find the source also from where they got this, because whoever must have put it said I did not put it. So anyway, the whole thing got diluted, but it helped us a lot because all around the villagers got scared of us, and then they stopped bothering us, and then we could build up the whole. So it was like a blessing for us. Otherwise, they used to keep coming and doing something or the other.
So just see the flip side of fear. You get fearful. You have been stamped as a terrorist, where you're not, but you accept it that okay, I'm a terrorist. It works well for you, and you can build a beautiful resort called Eden Oasis.
Yes, fear I think is a part of life. It is okay to have fear. The only thing is that you just face it, because you think maximum what will happen. क्या हो सकता है? And that itself gives you the answers. And then you just go ahead with it. That's it. There are some processes where you can sort of get rid of fear. Because basically fear is an emotion. and it's a low frequency emotion. So it basically hangs around in your energy body, and it blocks your energy, whatever energy channels you have. It sort of blocks them, and it normally goes to the weakest point. Most of our negative emotions, that includes jealousy and hurt and anger and all these things, they are basically heavy energies which stay in with us. That's why whenever if somebody has cheated us, when we think over that person, all the memory comes back, because it is that energy within us which is again connecting to the, so there are NLP processes through which you can just throw it out. And that of course has to be done in controlled areas and things like that. So you can get rid of deep-rooted fears and all that through this NLP process. But otherwise, yes, you just have to face it. And it's like when you're about to jump in a swimming pool, it's that fear, that initial one. Once you let go and jump, then the next time it's very easy. So it's always it's basically the unknown, and I think the spiritual world is all about that.
So what do you have to say about religion? Now, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Sai, sabko mera salam.
Salam karke, we have turned into humans. So basically, it is all man-made. It was good for that particular time because it was designed for that particular time, for that particular place, for that particular period. But the problem is that, and of course I mean, there are always the eternal truths about not telling lies and all that. All that is of course eternal. But now all that is not very easy to follow. So that is forgotten, and worshipping and rituals have basically taken up all the thing. And it's always that the thing about my doctor is the best, but I still don't take the medicine. But my doctor is the best, and it is just that phenomena. Of course, it is something which is put into our heads as soon as we are born. That is the first chap we get, that okay, you are a Muslim, you are a Hindu, and you have to do all this. So it's more into the subconscious mind, and I think depending on your family background, it's easy or difficult to get out of it, depending how much has gone into your subconscious mind.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, anyone would like to ask any questions? You can ask right now. Raise your hands, and directly you can ask also. Vijay, you can start. Or...
Yeah, I will start.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so yes, so my two questions is there. First of all, so I like one thing about you said it is we haven't done anything. It's the non-doing process. Okay, so not actually you practically build or plant the trees and all, but you allowed nature to grow very nicely. So how you come to know that, or what inspired you to do that? Because many people, even now, I am also doing the same thing. Like I also planting many trees, but sometime the thoughts comes in mind कि यहाँ पे इतना बड़ा जंगल है, हजारों पेड़ वहां पे है, जिसका नेचर और दी गॉड और यूनिवर्स ऑटोमेटिकली केयर कर रहा है, और हम जो है 5 झाड़ लगा रहे हैं उसके लिए अपना जो जान है ऊपर नीचे हो रही है. तो why that? So I am very interested to know that how you got that non-doing thing and how you did.
So we just observed, because see, ours was a big land and it was all rocky. So le to liya because of the lake, because of the lake we and we were very ignorant about the whole thing. We really didn't know what it was. We had no vision, I mean no goal as such. ऐसा कुछ नहीं था कि retirement plan करेंगे, look after 15 to 20 children, and that's it. It was only that. And we never thought how it is going to be. Actually, ऐसा कुछ था भी नहीं. And then as you saw, as you experienced, it was very difficult to maintain trees. Once we खड्डा करो, लाओ, फिर पानी दो, ये वो, and then we saw few other trees coming up on their own, overtaking all the trees which we are doing, usko khat dal rahe hain, ye kar rahe, wo kar rahe, these trees are overtaking. And then we realized let us forget about mango, chiku and all that. Jo aane do. Let us relax, because it's no point, putting in so much effort. So we just stopped. We just allowed it to happen, and that's what we saw. That and then it really went, and then the whole thing became. Of course, we were very tuned to this place, and what we saw in nature was, what we observed was that nobody is making efforts. Everything is just happening. I mean, that hard work concept was like going away from us, because we didn't find any tree working hard or some crow working hard. So, aa raha hai, ho raha hai, ye ho raha hai. And then we started getting tuned to that concept. कि ठीक है, जो हो रहा है होने दो. So we never went to an architect. We never went to any consultant. अपने आप लोग आके हमको ideas दे रहे हैं, ये दे रहे हैं. So basically that's when we realized कि let go करो, let things happen. जो होना हो रहा है. Of course, I had a good financial backing. So I can't recommend to somebody. To everybody, because I don't know how it would be otherwise. So in my mind was always that अगर नहीं हुआ तो चलो, खाना पीना तो है अपने पास, तो है. So that was one very big support, and of course Durriya was a very big support. So my parents were a little worried कि ये पागल हो गया, being in this place so far and all that. But so we slowly realized that we don't really have to do much. Whatever is there will come, and then we again realize one thing कि कुछ तो एक storyline है हमारा. We have some storyline. If we flow with it, everything should be all right. If something is very difficult, to pause. Don't break your head over it. Let the time come, it will probably solve, and that is what we saw happening. So I can't see a very corporate structure where we sort of had visions and this and that. It just flowed, and even now we are flowing. We don't have any goal as such. कहाँ पहुँचना है ऐसा नहीं. We're just enjoying the journey and चल रहा है. And basically the whole idea should be stress free. क्योंकि goal होता है तो फिर उसके पीछे भागना पड़ता है. अभी तो goal ही जो हो रहा है लोग आ गए तो ठीक है, नया आए तो ठीक है थोड़ा अपने पास. We can sustain. So it is just going on like that.
Yes. So basically more about the acceptance first of all, and let go. ये दो जो चीजें हैं which made lot of things change in your life.
Right? Let go is
another
thing.
Yeah, and another main question is like you are both from the different background, like as a professional. Okay, so how you gel well and how it's worked out well, because most of the time it's more about like struggle between managing the spouse thing, basically the biggest problem most of the people found, and you are from the different backgrounds, still you manage. So can you give some tips?
Well, I can just say one thing is that here we are doing agriculture and Yunus was in agriculture.
I just agree to whatever she says. Do what I want.
Great.
Beautiful. That's the best tip. I you call it agriculture. Agree. I call it understand. So we make the man kneel down in front of the woman. So we say, okay, so now you are standing under her. So you have understood her. And in your words, it is agriculture. So it's similar.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Yes, I think Shamlama want to ask something.
नहीं, सुन के बहुत ही अच्छा लगा. जंगल में आपने मंगल बना दिया है. बहुत लोगों को अटैक कर रहा है. रियली नेचर में रहना, मेरा मन में बहुत ऐसा आ रहा है. मेरा भी बहुत जमीन है, ऐसा कुछ नदी का किनारे है, तो बहुत सारा आइडिया हमको भी आ रहा है. सो वेरी नाइस, मोटिवेशनल एंड अनुभव किया लोग भी है इसमें. मनोज जी है. Again, one more, Nilesh, he has given his experience that he has completely out of diabetes. ऐसा बोल रहा है. ऐसा diabetes ऐसा चीज है कि बाहर नहीं आता है, ऐसा सुना मैंने. But first time I have seen that somebody has written, I completely out of diabetes. Good things you couples.
He's a very passionate person. Huh? Nilesh is extremely passionate person.
Yeah. Nilesh, you would like to share something?
Extraordinary, I would say.
Hands up to all of you, both of you. You made for each other, giving service to others. Thank you. Thank you.
बस मेरा तो एक्सपीरियंस है कि आई एम फ्री फ्रॉम डायबिटीज एज यू नो एंड फ्री फ्रॉम ब्लड प्रेशर टैबलेट्स जब से एफएफडी ज्वाइन किया था आई लॉस्ट 22 kg ड्यूरिंग माय एफएफडी प्रोग्राम
नहीं उनका खासियत है नीलेश का इस बिफोर एंड आफ्टर फोटो दिखाओ वो दिखाओ सबको मालूम पड़ेगा
so I'm sharing with you so you can just share with the people
you send to me I'll show it to everyone
and
it's incredible you can't believe it जब भेज दिया तुम बोल दो मुझे
अभी बोलता हूँ सर और दूसरा आई बिकम अ साइक्लिस्ट ड्यू टू द एफएफडी डॉक्टर मल्हार ने मुझे गाइड किया था तो आई बिकम माय क्रिएट माय आइडेंटिटी एज एथलेटिक्स आई बिकम अ साइक्लिस्ट अभी संडे को 200 किलोमीटर है और नेक्स्ट संडे को 300 किलोमीटर राइड है देन प्लानिंग टू मैसाना टू गोवा एज 1200 किलोमीटर्स इन February.
Wow. Yeah. Super.
लेकिन मैं ऐसे कि कोरोना के लिए अगर आई एम सर्वाइव्ड इन कोरोना ड्यू टू द vegan diet and FFD protocol sir this is the only way I can survive. Thank you FFD and Dr. Durriya.
Yeah. And I will add on that I will not say survive but I went through only because of a smile, that's all.
I just sent my photograph sir.
You have sent? Okay.
Yeah. You can share with the group.
Where you have sent? In which?
Your number? Manoj. WhatsApp.
Okay, I'll just share it with everyone. Just see how he was earlier and now. That way. This is it. Yeah.
Oh my.
So this is it. Before and after.
उसके पहले भी था. I think.
इसके पहले भी the big first one.
The first one is better.
Oh.
Shade था. I was a shade.
Can't believe it's the same person. So everyone take inspiration from Nilesh. Is anything you would like to share, Nilesh?
Sir, I'm talking about we are talking about the hidden oasis. This is the heaven, right? और मेरा experience वो रहा है, is a lifetime memory है, और वो life के 7 days मैंने कुछ different पाया है, और उसी को follow कर रहा हूँ. And thank you Dr. Durriya and Dr. Yunus sir कि उसने मुझे और जोश दिया है, और वहाँ की तो memory कि I won the medal, silver medal in cyclist, वो मेरा target achieve किया था, और बस जितना बोले उतना कम है उस लोकेशन के लिए तो. Thank you. Beautiful. And they both are the very nice couple and lovely couple. So thank you Dr. Tripathi to connect with you, and thank you Manoj ji कि आपने दोबारा memories को ताजा कर दिया.
Yes. And keep coming for these programs every day. थोड़ा करो रोज करो बस.
Sure sir.
साइकिल करते करते ना वो
नहीं मैं करता हूँ गुरुजी, वीडियोस देखता हूँ, लेकिन जॉय सब नहीं आ पाता क्योंकि ट्रैवल का बिजनेस जब शुरू था तब बंद था कोरोना के हिसाब से. नाउ आई एम बिजी विद माय बिजनेसेस, so थोड़ा सीजन्स और सब. एंड थैंक यू बिंदु आल्सो कनेक्ट विथ यू सर. बिंदु के थ्रू हम कनेक्ट हुए.
Yes.
And Bindu be part of the hidden oasis hai.
Yes, she can also share something if she's there.
Yeah. Thank you, Nilesh.
Thank you.
Hi Bindu.
है इधर है.
So I have heard about FFD. A lot of my friends are a part of FFD culture. Bombay, it's very famous. I know of my friends who have become non-diabetic. But is this only for diabetes? What if you want to be generally healthy and fit? I mean, God's grace, I'm not a diabetic, but I would definitely want to be very fit. And, I don't think I'm that energetic and fit. If I am asked to run and swim and all, I can't do all of that. So is it only for diabetics, or other people also want to be healthy and fit, or non-diabetic, something for them?
Yeah. So yeah, that's what. So our thing is not only about reversing diabetes, as Nilesh mentioned, that he discovered his athletic identity, and now he's a cyclist, and I think his level of fitness, stamina, and endurance is much more than a regular non-diabetic. So it's a lot of holistic thing about diet, the exercise, and working on your inner transformation, which again shows externally also. So we do have programs for non-diabetics also. So there are people who may have currently other health issues like say cholesterol, hypothyroid, or wanting to lose weight or have a high BP. But there are also people who don't have anything and who are just
Ah,
members who want to understand and go through the entire process.
right.
Also a possibility. You could connect with the organization and you could.
Organization means the hidden oasis, right?
No. That is the main, the freedom from diabetes.
So FFD, okay.
Because that's a year-long program.
So you,
Okay.
so you will, in case you would like to do the 7-day retreat, then you go for the transcendental residential program.
With FFD,
Yes.
transcendental residential.
Yes, it's an experiential program. While the online is more of an online thing.
Okay.
What Nilesh did was the 7-day program also, and he did the online also. The 7-day retreat, the residential retreat, we conduct here, which we've had 3 successful editions for the last 7 years now. And,
Wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Bindu, you can share. Master Jennifer is also there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we are together.
wonderful to see that.
And Master is in our bestest mood. And we are very happy to see both Yunus and Durriya here.
Yes, I have to
Yunus, little more.
Okay.
Don't get angry at me. Yunus, little more.
Too far away.
And that is why he is further up from the screen. He's not close. He's more close.
What a pleasure to see both of you together.
I just love to be at the Hidden Oasis. I always tell Durriya and Yunus that I feel I'm back at my mom's house. And I look forward for my sessions of sound healing there. And it's a great picnic day for me to go all the way there and do that and come back and to meet Yunus and have the food at Hidden Oasis. Thank you so much, Yunus and Durriya.
More than Hidden Oasis food, I like the food in their personal house. They
Yeah, I did that last time.
in their house, they have that exotic.
But I made sure that the Karela also reaches at home.
Yeah, what a beautiful place and what beautiful people,
Yeah.
all of them. And the care they show at every step, right from the room to the house to the food, to everything, both of them. And Eunice little more, as I said.
Okay, sure.
Anyways, I love you both very much. और दुरैया इतना अच्छा गीत गाती है, आप लोग को पता है क्या?
Our dance is also good.
हाँ, डांस
Dance also good.
हमने कितना मजा किया उधर.
हमने भी.
Wonderful.
So we have Kusum here. She wants to share something. Kusum.
Yeah, so it was my pleasure actually to be at Hidden Oasis, maybe I think 6 or 7 months ago. And what Bindu and Master Jennifer shared, the same thing I would love to. It was a beautiful experience. जैसे बोलते हैं ना oasis, जहाँ पे आपको इतना सारा चीज. I was absolutely amazed, and the place is so heaven. Everywhere you see plants and Yunus bhai, you had given us the tour in all the fields and where the plants are growing, and you have also made us eat all those raw leaves and experiment all those how they taste, and with adding some type of some plant you were adding into it, and how it was it was giving that tangy taste and all. it was a beautiful experience, especially what you mentioned of let going, which was for me where I was in the process of and working on the process of let going. And that was a very when you were sharing your experience, and the way you share your experience, and seeing that humbleness and the okayness of yours, uh, it was very easy for me to simply let go and enjoy myself in hidden oasis. And also one more beautiful part about hidden oasis, that is what you had gone out of your way to help me out, support me. There was my parenting program, ISP program, and there was no internet there, and you actually installed the internet for me there, near close to the kitchen where we had food, and I was able to attend the session. So thank you so much. It was a
Wonderful.
pleasure. And once again, we are coming to your place with my friends. This most probably by December or maybe Jan, I'm coming to enjoy. And the food is so lovely, so full of love. And everyone I see, they are the replica or the reflection of what you are. Both your whole family is like so humble. यानी किसी को भी मिलो यानी हर चीज में हाँ यार, everything is so softly spoken from all the whole team, the staff team, I mean the kitchen team, and everyone I've seen. कुछ भी पूछा, कुछ भी मांगा, हाँ जी मिल जाए. It was little like like open arms you were welcome. That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Richa, you wanted to share something, Richa? And yeah, Milind.
I wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, just put on your video and ask.
My video is on, sir.
Now I can see. Yeah, tell.
Yeah, so I had a question for like someone like I know I've heard of the benefits of going like having a vegetarian or a vegan lifestyle. And you also like mentioned that. But for someone who's like a hardcore non-vegetarian growing up, like me, like I grew up in a Punjabi family, and non-veg food, like especially chicken and mutton and lamb and everything, is like a very integral part of our cuisine. Is it easier to like give it up immediate, like cold turkey, or like slowly transition? I understand the body does not understand non-veg and veg food. It just understands macronutrients like protein and carbs. It won't understand the difference between non-vegetarian and vegetarian. But as a person, is it like easier to transition into the vegetarian life, or like give it up cold turkey? Because I'm planning to go vegetarian. That's why I just like asked a very personal question.
Yeah. So basically, when you do it with understanding, that I was like, my daughter turned vegetarian. We never imposed, like we personally turned vegetarian, Yunus for over almost 40 years now, and I for a good 30 years. So we never also imposed that on our children, because our parents-in-law and in the house there would be non-veg. But eventually they kind of saw us, and we would like give a little other options, and that's how they eventually didn't want to have the non-veg. And my daughter, because she just visited a slaughterhouse and she's very compassionate with animals, and when she saw the suffering that the animal goes to before it gets to your plate, whether it's the chicken or the mutton, whatever it may be, instinctively, if you see a chicken running on a road, you wouldn't want to think, oh, that's lovely tandoori chicken running, right? You would like, oh, it's so cute. Or you see a lamb, you would like, oh, you want to hold it and whatever. You wouldn't think of those mutton chops or sizzlers on your plate, right? Or the steak on your plate when you see a cow. So basically, we are not meant to be non-vegetarians, okay? And it makes it easier if you understand, and actually even at the energy level, once you're into meditation and all, eating even any kind of product of violence will unnerve your energies, will disturb you. Once you go off it, you will feel so much more at peace at this level of content, the entire body, physically and emotionally and energetically. So I would recommend you just with understanding why you're going off it, and you go off it completely. And then you will experience the benefits at the physical level, at the emotional, and you will not want to go back to it.
Like it's been months I've been thinking about going vegetarian.
No, so Richa, I'll add on. I am also from Punjabi family. I am also bought in and had chicken and mutton all my life, and enjoyed it thoroughly till the day I did the Siddha Samadhi Yoga. So you have not yet done that program. Do that. I think You're not done. So do it. You'll understand this thing. When I understood what Durriya was saying, I dropped non-veg, I dropped alcohol, I dropped cigarettes, all that. Oh, just in that 7 days, 1, 2, 3, dropped it. I dropped milk. All right. I had milk 3 times a day earlier. I dropped milk, and then for 10, 15 years, dropped eggs, everything. Then got back to milk, got back to eggs. You dropped it again, then got it back again, dropped it. Now I don't bother. But generally, non-veg I don't have. Eggs, if at all, once in a way. But I'm not fanatic about anything. That's the most important thing is I'm open in my mind to allopathy, but I have not had since last 20, 30 years. I'm open to anything, but I've not had. So out of choice, it just happens naturally. If you are calm within and calm emotionally within, and if you are open enough within, then you'll not find anything right and wrong, good or bad. It's just you flow with it. And I have egg once in a while. I do have milk once in a while. But I would, if I given a choice, yeah, I would prefer to have the other side. Like if I have both the milk, I'll go for the vegan milk, out of choice, not out of something great, or I'm better than you, I'm higher than you. That fanatism is not required. So just enjoy yourself. If you have decided, drop it and see nothing. You will not die.
My family will go crazy if they
No,
listen
you
to
will
this.
not die. We'll take care of you. Okay.
No, like my mommy is here. She will vouch for it. Like my family will go crazy if I tell them I'm going vegetarian.
No, you don't tell. That's what I'm saying. You don't tell anything like that. Just
You just avoid it.
yeah. You just like don't make it like a stone. Oh, and now I'm vegan. Then I'm non-vegetarian. I'm vegetarian. These all labels remove. Just you may not have. You may have. Like I saw in Siddha Samadhi Yoga, we say so much about tea, coffee. I have not had tea for years together, but I think in this rainy season, I had it 7 times. I counted 7 weeks once every time I go to Katakada, it's freezing, and I say, okay, give me that cup of tea. Just enjoying it without any guilt, without any shame, without any feeling bad. That's important. You feeling guilty and having anything is terrible. That has tremendous effects on the body. So enjoy yourself. Just do what Durriya is saying. Just you don't declare anything. Just simply go without it and enjoy it. That's it. Once in a while you want, you have, and see. Flow with it. But I told you so many messages I've sent you. And give me those answers first.
Yes, sir. Yes, I was about to reply, but then I had to join this.
Yeah.
I just want to add that I dropped my non-veg after doing Vipassana. But in any case, if you want, just watch this film, Earthlings, EARTHLINGS, just that movie. It will give you an idea as to what an animal goes through. And then I think things will be much easier for you.
Yeah.
But you don't have any guilt or anything like that when you.
Even I saw one movie, Meet the Meat.
Yes.
MEET, Meet the
That's what I like.
MEAT. That is a movie I saw about 25, 30 years back.
So this covers all the dairy, all the aspects. And just see the movie, that's all.
And the person who has made this this natural ice cream, the person who, what was his name? So I read one book called something about America. It was written by this owner of of Baskin Robbins. The owner of Baskin Robbins, his son or something wrote this book, and then I read that book, and that's the time it further reinforced whatever decisions we take. Just read these books, like see this movie Earthling, it's very nice. Okay, and let's see. All right.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Yes, Natisha.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
So wonderful to listen to you, sir, because I wanted to know your story. I first got introduced to Hidden Oasis when I was arranging a refresher ISP course with Samir sir. And I wanted a place which is, having spiritual vibes. And I didn't wanted any hotel or something. And I just, from online, I happened to, find your place. And later I came to know you belong to RSVK also. I was so impressed with that place because I had started newly farming and I know the challenges we face. And coincidentally, my father's land is just in that area, in near Kanishnath temple.
Okay.
So how difficult it is to farm there, I know it. So meeting you was that the whole place was, wow, something different in this area is possible, and you have already created it since so many years. So this was, like, even I can do it. I got that message, even I can do it. Although not at your scale, but I did farming. For 2 years, I did farming.
That's great.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Your place is very fantastic. When we arranged the course, Vishnu ji, unse mile. He's beautiful person. His family is beautiful. And उन्होंने बोला कि आप बताइए आपको क्या खाना है, हम बनाएंगे उस हिसाब से. I was so surprised कि अरे हम तो आप दोगे ना और फिर हम खाएंगे. नहीं नहीं आप बताइए जो भी बताओगे हम खिलाएंगे. So that was amazing experience. Your place is, like heaven on earth. Thank you.
मैं just इतना कहना चाहूंगा यूनिस जी कि आप जिस तरह से शेयरिंग किया यूनिस जी ने अभी वो और दुरिया जी ने वो बहुत ही ग्राउंड में रहते बहुत लाइटली रहते किया है उन्होंने. एक्चुअली में उन्होंने जो स्ट्रगल किया है एक्चुअली में जो गो थ्रू किया है वो बहुत किया है. दे आर जस्ट कीपिंग देमसेल्फ ऑन अ लोअर साइड कि लोगों को ऐसा लगे कि बहुत कुछ बड़ा हो गया इसलिए. बट दे हैव एक्चुअली गॉन थ्रू लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. I have heard some of the things. I met Yunus ji one of the time when Latisha was organizing something. So it is really wonderful. And in spite of everything, every person over there, मतलब विष्णु जी मेरे ख्याल से और उनका पूरा टीम ही है वो. मैं पूरा फैमिली ही कहूँगा, टीम कहना राइट वर्ड नहीं होगा. वो बिफोर कोविड भी वो उतने ही थे, आफ्टर कोविड भी उतने ही है. और हमेशा वो उतनी ही कंसिस्टेंसी जो देखने को मिलती है वहाँ पे. मैं मनोज जी को कहना चाहूंगा कि कंसिस्टेंसी क्या रहता है वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल वो वहाँ पे देखने को मुझे मिला. एवरी पर्सन इज सो कंसिस्टेंट ओवर देयर और कितना प्यार से करते हैं उनका कोई जवाब नहीं है. और जो जूसेस हो या जो भी सारा अरेंजमेंट सुपर्ब रहता है.
रात को 1 बजे तक लोग आ रहे थे कोर्स के लिए और सुबह 6 बजे विष्णु जी वाज रेडी टू सर्व अस.
So commitment, consistency, love, care. Amazing, amazing. You not created just the land or the place. You are nurturing the human heart. That
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I want to thank Vishal to reintroduce me to this thing. So Vishal, if you're there, you want to share something, you can share. And yeah. And all of you, can you just write down, we have been here last 2 hours. What have you learned today, or what have you realized today? Can you write on the chat box? We'll give 1 minute of time.
I really don't have any words how to express my feelings for Manoj ji as well as Yunus ji. I am feeling so blessed, the kind of energy everyone is exchanging. I am really speechless. But I just want to mention one part. When I've been to Hidden Oasis around 5 years back, I was amazed. I was shocked that how can a person can make such a beautiful place when there is nothing, when there was no possibility to grow, and still they have done it. I am really impressed with the Yunus ji's energy. I used to go over there like every alternate week for my me time. So entire family of Hidden Oasis is very supportive, and we can see lots of learning over there. So I believe that is one of the best place to spend time with quality time with friends and relatives. I don't know how many times I've been there, and maybe more than 100 people have been over there, and not even a single person mentioned that, Vishal, I didn't like the place. Not even a single person. So God bless you, Yunus and ma'am, for creating such a wonderful place for all of us. Thank you so much, and a special thanks to Manoj ji for creating such a good awareness about this place. Thanks to all of you. Thanks a lot.
So my takeaway from this session is a little different, that when you started sharing your journey, that you really wanted this land and then you tried for 2 years, you didn't get it, and you get a call and this, that. One thing was coming to my mind: what you seek is seeking you. And then it remind me of the principle what Manoj and Guruji has been sharing with us, 51-49%. First you let go, and then let the universe do whatever. You did your best, you gave your 1000%, and you just let it go. Manoj says, first let it go, and then put in the efforts and let the universe do. I think you're a true example of that, that letting go brings that peace of mind. Okay, nahi ho raha hai, to let it be. Okay, I have given my 100%, and then stay in that happiness and okayness. And that brought you to this place, and this place got attracted to you. Yeah, that was my takeaway and learning from today's session.
Yeah, so wonderful. It has been wonderful being with you, and I'm sure everyone is inspired. Will visit the place and enjoy your company and learn more and more and more from being with y'all. Okay. Okay. Thank you. We just took one photograph.